What's up, gamers? This is That PlayStation Gamer. Today we are talking about Insomniac games, and guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's time for Insomniac to talk, because I think the silence has gone deafening, and at this point, us Insomniac fans, us PlayStation fans, hell, just Marvel fans in general, we want to know what the hell is going on with Insomniac, because we do know for a fact that they are working on a Wolverine game. In fact, Wolverine was worked on so much that it got leaked to the internet when those Insomniac leaks a couple years ago happened. And basically, the internet hasn't had much to talk about when it comes to Wolverine. Unless you want to get into the leaks themselves. Like, this was like a fully playable leak. Like, this thing was totally playable. And what was crazy is that, like, still, even with that included, we've heard nothing. We've heard rumors about a supposed Venom game in the works. Heard nothing about it. Like, literally, we're just going off rumors. And at this point, I think Insomniac needs to speak up, because right now it's a ticking time bomb right now, especially when it comes to Wolverine. You know, with Venom, I argue Venom until Spider-Man 3 comes out, that's when, you know, we could have, you know, a Venom game come out, and I'd be fine, you know, that being like a cross-gen launch title. That'd be fine in my opinion. But Wolverine, it's been a little too long. It's been a little too long, and I think the hype for this game has definitely died down to the point where I think a lot of people are kind of in camp like me, where it's like, you know what, I'll kind of wait to see it. Like, no one really seems to be excited for it, because, like, we've waited too long. And the thing about hype is, when you keep people hyped for so long, at some point, people are just going to say, yeah, maybe this ain't going to live up to the expectations we're setting up. So, yeah, it's time for Insomniac Games to actually speak up. And I think, you know, far as, any extra game besides, you know, the supposed Venom game in the works, it's still going to be a couple years away at most. I think also Insomniac needs to kind of learn from this experience of not announcing stuff before you actually have more to show. This is something I don't like about the video game industry. It's when they announce something that's like years down the road. Like, even like we saw the case of the Wonder Woman game. Remember that being developed by Monolith? Literally, we found out later on, like, that's all they had. That's all they had. They had just had the announcement trailer and, oh yeah, we're working on a Wonder Woman game. It's just like, that's all they had. They didn't even have like a prototype. They didn't even have like an alpha build, or, you know, even like early concept art. They just had the announcement trailer. It's like, well, that's not good, because people are going to want something substantial. And if we are just now getting to just have the announcement trailer, and knowing how long video games take to make, you know, let's say like your average AAA game takes 2 to 5 years. 2 to 5 years. That's a long time for people to wait. And I think in the case of Wolverine, I think people are done waiting. I think we're at the point, it's like, hey, if this game doesn't come out next year, it's probably never coming out. And I think if you want people to get excited for a Wolverine game for next year, I think honestly what you need to do is you need to start building up the hype again. So that's my 2 cents. Insomniac Games needs to start talking, because the silence has gotten ridiculous. Listen, we expect this kind of silence when it comes to like a company like Naughty Dog, you know, and even Santa Monica to a degree. But at the same time, we know that Wolverine was being worked on since 2020, since the launch of the PlayStation 5. So why is it taking so long for information to get out? Why is it that the most reliable source of information about this game is leaks? Why can't the developers just come out and say, hey, we got a trailer, we're going to put it out this date, there you go. You know, just simple as that. It doesn't have to be like a trailer that shows like a shit ton of gameplay. Just something to, you know, keep our appetite, I guess the best way to put it is ready to go. Like, you know, I want to see this game. I want to see how this final build is going to look. You know, again, going back to those leaks, it just sucks. That's the source of what the game looks like, because it makes the game look bad. And at the same time, I think that's also a thing that's going to sour a lot of hardcore people on this game. So I'm just ranting and rambling now at this point, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think it's time for Insomniac to finally start speaking about Wolverine, or do you think that, you know, they should be allowed to cook a little bit longer? Let me know in the comment section below, and thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube algorithm BS. Bye.